Well, it all started out with a real tight ride down in the small Subaru vehicle with our crew. It got the three of us that commuted down from Green Bay to be bonding pretty well, closely. We got down there and had good accommodations at the yacht club. Racine always does a great job with that. The dark and stormies got us thinking tactics and all kinds of wonderful things.
Whether it's good conditions or poor conditions for a race, the point is that you're out there doing it, and you're out there with a group of people that you're comfortable with, or that you're friends with, or you're going to become friends with.
Saturday morning I woke up and took my last shower for about 48 hours. Glad I did that and treated myself to some good Racine Kringle. After walking back out of the shower and onto the dock, I scratched my head a little bit thinking, what the hell am I doing?
Nobody on our boat or a lot of other boats were really ready to go out there. We had a lot of just drizzly weather, wet, foggy. Could hardly see the start line.
It became real evident at the start of the race that the wind conditions were just a lot more than what we thought and what others thought, I think.
We got out, set up a reef main right from the beginning, knowing that we're going to be beating into some 20 and 25 knot breeze. Found the start line eventually through the fog and got a call from back at the helm that there's only 2 minutes to go, something like that. We still hadn't gotten the jib on, so we quickly rushed to get that done, hoisted it up, tacked, and basically went right for the line. Perfect start, blasted right through there, and we were gone.
After that, I call it zigzag tactics. We would sail out into the Lake Michigan until the waves got too big and our boat speed slowed, and then we would tack into shore and kept getting relief from the points that were coming off of Wisconsin.
We could kind of feather how much we wanted to pound and beat into the weather, and we could kind of throttle back if we wanted to as well.
Quickly, one of the crew came up and said it's going to be a little too rough to feed everybody, and we decided we would go with the pre-made wraps that were made earlier that morning. Also a couple of Snickers bars. The night sailing was unbelievable. The images I have of sailing into Sheboygan, right up to the break wall and seeing the lights, the waves going by us, going upwind at 8 knots. I'll never forget it. I've sailed on several Macs, and this was by far the image that just stuck in my mind and still does till today.
I was on the helm. I had called for attack and I was kind of getting my bearings. As the crew were getting ready, we had 2 up on deck, one on the main, one on the jib. I said, okay, let's get ready to go, and they sparked into action, and the wave had come through and I lost my footing and just flat down on the deck, right at the helm. And I popped back up before they could turn around and say that they were ready to tack. So nobody saw it. It was awesome.
My pants got delaminated.
It was funny. He came up on deck and we're like, oh man, did you rip your pants? Yeah, a little bit.
The whole race I was soaked wet and basically had diaper rash.
One of the high points of this year's Hook Race was finally getting a break in the weather on Sunday afternoon. The wind subsided down to something more manageable in the teens, and was just some really nice flatter water, drier sailing. A plate of food came out, and some chips.
I figured it was time to bring up a stick of sausage to fire up the crew, so cut that all up. It still was a battle. I remember a picture and an image going past fishermen off of Sturgeon Bay.
One of the real key milestones of the Hook Race is making that turn up at Death's Door through Washington Island, Door County area. Particularly this year, we were lucky enough to sail through just before sunset and just got some really cool views and just a really nice experience. All the crew was able to get up on deck and relax a little bit.
After we turned past the second buoy, I got the helm of the boat, and it was the best experience I've ever had, sailing on a broad reach, going about 13.5 knots and heading towards Chambers Island back to home waters. We got tied up, and the only thing I could think about is after not having a brewski for about 40 hours that I would have to have a cold Molson, so I poured myself a tap out of the Menominee Yacht Club, which was just unbelievable. The spread that they had for our crew was great.
There's a rum party before the race, rum party and dinner after the race up in Menominee. Just a really fantastic time to not only share your stories and adventures with your crew and the people on your boat, but also get to share the stories and adventures of everybody that was out in those conditions on other boats with you.